fallout, smoke, women crying for their sons because their sons are not, Romans killing riotous groups that are rising up. Free Judea, free our people, autonomy for Israel. You had Herod, an Edomite, and his dynasty. Herod's ruling, killing any potential threat, any potential Messiah. Then you had the Pharisees and the Sadducees, that we learn from Josephus are not Jews by birth. No.
What's up, Zion Dynasty? This is your favorite dreaded Israelite, the man, the myth, and the legend, Mr. JB Zion. Y'all, welcome back to the channel, family, and welcome back to Zion Dynasty, where yours truly, I'm back in the fringed up flesh. Y'all, we gotta deal with this, y'all. I'm about to hit y'all with this. This finna be a monumental, I'm talking about of legend, banger. And I give all glory, honor, and dominion to the Most High, y'all. Y'all, we gotta deal with this. And we have to deal with this from an Israelite perspective. Now, before I go any further, we're going to deal with the Beyonce album on this one, because it's been heavy on my spirit, family. And we got to deal with this. We got to deal with the state of the so-called Christian church, expose Satan within this great European church. This is why our people left the church, because of this kind of stuff like right here. And I know a lot of y'all like, well, what, JB? You blaming the Christian church? You blaming the Christian church because Beyonce album? Absolutely, a million times, yes. And we're going to watch Marcus. We're going to deal with it. And Marcus did a good job expressing his frustration, but like I'm going to deal with in the video, the Christian church is more reactionary than they are proactive. Just like Israelites, we have notoriously, historically, been reactionary and not proactive. European Edomites, they call themselves white. So know what we call ourselves? Black. It's like, what the world is, you're being reactionary. You're not the color of my beard right here. You're a dark brown. You're a fair copper to a dark brown. That's if you're going to call yourself a pigmentation, but you're really an Israelite, right? A Moorish Ephraimite. That's your ethnicity, right? We the only people call ourselves a color. But the reason that, and it's the absence of color, family. The reason, the same way we do that, the Christian church are also more reactionary than they are proactive. And that's why the chickens are coming home to roost. That's why the Most High is taking Israel out the Christian church, because it leads to using grace as a credit card by which you swipe and indulge in every lifestyle of lasciviousness and just lack of morality, right? Your conscience being seared like a hot iron. When you iron something so bad it just burn, it just ruin your pants. You can't even wear them pants no more. That's the Christian church. So I know I'm ranting already, y'all. Y'all like this video up, comment, share it with as many people. We're gonna deal with Beyonce's album from an Israelite perspective. We're gonna listen to the Christian perspective, and I'm gonna show you how, because of Christianity and its present construct, this European westernized version, which was not the Christianity of 2,000 years ago, that those Negro Israelites were preaching and teaching. The gospel of this post-Constantinian revised King James, books removed out of it, Christmas trees and Easter baskets and bunnies laying eggs, all of that is the Western Roman Catholic Council of Nicaea Christianity of today, family, which has led to all of this manner of wickedness in the earth, family. So we're gonna deal with that. We're gonna deal with that album a little bit. And y'all, because this is a family channel and a lot of families watch this, I'm not gonna go through the lyrics of that church girl, that Beyonce madness. A lot of y'all may have heard from that from your friends, or you may have listened to it yourself. I'm not gonna put those lyrics on here. It's that bad, y'all. I'm just not gonna, but we're gonna listen to some of these Christian minds, deal with their perspective, and we're gonna also see other Christian artists defend this madness. Our people destroyed, y'all. I'm telling you, I've just been so on my heart to deal with this. We're gonna talk about Marcus. We're gonna deal with Alan Parr, a little Ruslan. So y'all, we're gonna jump right into this. I'm gonna go ahead and play this first video because I don't want to belabor it. I want us to go ahead and see what's going on with this and make sure I got everything up. Okay, 4 minutes in. So family, we're gonna listen to Marcus. Now this was his first video on it. Now let me go back to his channel. Let me go back. So now he dealt with it. Yeah, this was his first time dealing with it. The whole Beyonce madness. Now that whole the baby on the cross thing, y'all, our people are doing all kinds of madness. If y'all want me to start dealing with this stuff, as y'all just email it to me, you comment and that kind of thing. But we're going to start with his first video. He had to follow up because Diedrich Haddon, I know most of y'all that come from the Christian church, I was raised, born, bred in it. You know Diedrich Haddon, right? Let me name one of his songs. Oh man, Diedrich's done so many. Diedrich Haddon, right? So Diedrich Haddon, well-known Christian artist. He's been in a lot of controversy with a lot of different stuff. He came to Beyonce's aid, which it just blows my mind. The Christian church has no standard, has no moral compass. That's why our people left it. But they couldn't even answer why black people are not mentioned in the Bible, why the Bible talks about his people going into slavery for 400 years. They couldn't even answer that. And we're like, well, why y'all got Christmas trees up? That's paganry according to Jeremiah chapter 10. It just blows my mind. And this the kind of spirit Diedrich Haddon saying, well, don't bash her, you don't know how she feels about God. But let me stop y'all, because I end up preaching. So we're gonna click this first one, then I'm gonna play the other two after that.
What's going on, everyone? So Tank, the R&B singer, it looks like he responded to my video on TikTok. It hit over 1 million views. And the reason why I say it looks like he was responding to my particular video is because of what he was saying in the video. You know, I'm a little bit more aggressive. You know, hey, Beyonce sold her soul to the devil, she's a witch and things like that. I know Alan Parr also made a video, but he tends to be a little bit more gentle and kind. And the thing is, when he made this video, he thought he ate. And the people in the comments thought he ate. But this is why the Bible says my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. He put on this whole fake, you know, singing,
Let's just play it.
Preaching old deacon voice. But the problem is, you know, he ignored a lot of things, and I'm here to give you the truth, because the truth will set you free. So he starts off by, you know,
now granted, family, I've listened to this. What he's getting ready to say about a lyric that Beyonce put in her song, if you're for the faint of heart, I'm just going to warn you. Right? Now, he's not going to quote it, but he's going to say what it says, and it's so bad, I want to brace the family that this is what she actually put in her songs. In times past, family, a lot of people said the Illuminati and a lot of these, specifically Israelite artists, so-called black people, a lot of them were selling their soul to be able to get these record deals. They were selling their souls to the Jewish Ashkenazi agents and all these Europeans that are trying to promote a certain wicked agenda within our community. The drugs, the violence, the sexual promiscuity, right? So we have been saying this for years, right? And I thought, you know, some of that stuff was overly critical on some of these artists. Maybe it's not as bad as what it seems. I don't listen to their songs, so I didn't really know. Until I heard what he's getting ready to say, family. Now let's check it out.
well, church girls twerk, and who are you to judge, and who are you to say that she isn't saved? Which, you know, this is another reason why I feel like he's responding to my video, because, you know, that's not something that Alan Parr usually, you know, would say. But I'm kind of bold to tell you, look, she's not saved, she's not going to heaven. My sheep know my voice, right? God's voice. So a couple things. Tank, check this out. And one of her songs.
Now, y'all, I'm gonna say this. I don't wish any evil on any of our family members, any of our brothers and sisters, right? We've been in captivity. My people have perished for a lack of knowledge. We've been destroyed. We've been stripped of our history. The Satan used the great European church to strip us of who we are, to further separate us from the Most High, to keep us from turning back to Him, and thereby keep us in the cycle of the curses of Deuteronomy 28. The Most High weighs all of that on a scale. But understand, family, there's a lot of wisdom to what he's saying about Beyonce. I don't know where she's going. She could repent tomorrow, right? But when you say the kind of stuff that he's finna say she said, the blood of all these young girls and a lot of our community that just, oh, what's the beehive and all this stuff that's in love with her, you're gonna have to answer for these millions of souls that are under you. There is no amount of money on earth that you sell out your whole people, you sell out a whole generation, and you blaspheme the Most High, because that's what she finna do. There's not enough money in the world for you to sell out and jeopardize countless young, impressionable souls, that their souls are now in jeopardy of not making it back home to the Father because of your gift being used by Satan. There's no justification for that. And I know if I sat down with Beyonce, it's probably something they would say. I don't know what you could say to justify putting this imagery out. You got a daughter. As parents, I got two daughters myself and a son, my oldest son. I can't fathom me doing something like that, knowing my daughters and my son gonna listen to me and watch their daddy act a buck fool and show just all your assets out, just totally just no sense of honor. Let's play it.
Ago, she says she takes the pages from the holy book and she plugs her you know what, all right, at that time of the month. Oh.
Whoa. Now, I don't know if y'all caught that because I was ranting right before that. I'm finna rewind this, and we finna play this, and we finna listen to this again. Now, what? Now, pay attention. I know some of y'all said, I know he didn't. Y'all, brace yourself. Now, let's listen to it.
He's not going to heaven. My sheep know my voice, right? God's voice. So, a couple things. Tank, check this out. In one of her songs a couple years ago, she said she takes the pages from the holy book and she plugs her you know what, all right?
Okay, now wait a second. Now let me pause it. A
couple years ago, she said she takes the
Now let me blow this up for y'all. We got to make sure this is what it is. Now he got the lyrics up, right? And y'all, if you got young babies, and be careful about this, but we as leaders have to deal with this because this is our community. They're masquerading around using our book, blaspheming our heritage, because for Israelites, this ain't just a religion for us. This is our forefathers' heritage. This is our history book, right? So when we got our people out here taking our history, taking the holy word of the Most High Yah and blaspheming, we got to check it, right? We can't let Christians be the first ones to, because even if Alan Parr is an Israelite, right? He don't claim to be one, right? Israel, we got to be, as the children of the Most High, on the forefront to check our community to keep them from saying this madness. Now let me pull this up now. Now look at this. I plugged my what now? I'm not even going to say it out loud. Her menses, like her menstruation. I hate to even have to. Y'all can see it on the screen. I plugged my, with pages of the whole. I can't even. You see it, and still quote. I got it. Yeah. I can't even repeat it out loud, y'all. But y'all get the effect. She takes the scriptures and plugs it during her time of the, What? Y'all, when I heard this, when I seen this, I couldn't fathom it. I was like, surely nobody, especially Israelites, especially our people, I know we've been destroyed, but you got that audacity to desecrate the very life of the word of the Creator that sustains every breath that's coming into your body and exhaling out of your body. You got the audacity to say something like that, Beyonce? Now, I heard a lot of people saying she sold her soul and this kind of thing, but when I heard this, family, we got to rebuke this stuff. This is the kind of stuff where Israel got to stand up. This is the kind of stuff where the same spirit that we don't have reparations for, I'm going to call it out, because we don't come together as a people, petition Congress, put our ethnicity, that's why we gotta have Moorish, Ephraimite, pitted, organize it, have a constitution, have all of this stuff as an organized body of people to show the nations that we serious about who we are, we're serious about what we stand for, we're serious about what we will do and what we will not do. We gotta check these leaders like that. We can't let folks that represent us, I know they say all skin folks ain't kin folks, that's the easy way out. The truth of the matter, family, is these are our people. We gotta, like Big Mama, slap them in the mouth, pull them in the corner, and have a council of leaders of Israelites that we look at any kind of songs y'all got coming out. If it's gonna go mainstream, you sit down with the council and we approve that thing before you say it. Some of y'all might think that's extreme, but a lot of y'all might not be ready for the kingdom, because the kingdom ain't gonna be no democracy. It's gonna be a theocracy. A king, his delegates, his princes, the captains, the officers. It's gonna be order, y'all, and structure. There's no reason the so-called black community, let me deal with this. There is no reason why we allow that kind of madness to take place. And Mark is bashing it now, but I blame him and the Christian church. Because the Christian church has been losing in the tug of war between the world and the church, between Christ and Satan. Y'all been losing that battle. And evil exists when good men fail to act. Y'all don't say nothing until it's on 105.7. Y'all don't say nothing until your daughters and your kids got their iPads and iPods and they listening to this, man. They Bluetooth and all of that stuff on. They beats and all of that stuff. When you start hearing them listening to it, it's too late by then, family. That's why our children don't know their history. We've been letting them go to school and learn everybody else's history, and we ain't teaching them the history ourselves. You're losing. The church has been losing. The world got Facebook and they got Instagram, and they brainwashing these kids faster than you sitting down having a conversation. And that's what the church is doing. The church is allowing these folks to get out there and say this stuff. Every Christian should have band together and had a coalition to ban every song, ban that song and any other song she ever brings out. That's the kind of pull the Christian church should have had. I'm just helping y'all out, Marcus. Y'all should even allow her to have a verse like that. That's like her, like that, what is that? Lil Wayne had a song talking about some, I beat that thing. I hate to say it, if you got kids, he said, I beat that thing up like Emmett Till. Every Negro should have had a council meeting and said, we're going to ban every last one of his songs, both now and forever. That's the kind of initiative to... No, let's keep playing, because I know I just got to... It be heavy. When I heard that, y'all... Now, let's pull it back up.
From the holy book, and she plugs her you-know-what, all right, at that time of the month. Already right there, that's blasphemous, but you didn't mention that. She has a lot of demonic imagery in her videos, often dressing, provocatively. She's riding these apocalyptic horses, and, people think it's just entertainment, half naked, even though 1 Timothy 2:9 says, for women to dress modest. So it's not just about twerking,
Now watch this, y'all. Whoa. I can't let Marcus slide with that. Now, this is my indictment against the Christian church. This is Israelites' indictment against the Christian church. Y'all watch so-called black people learn our history. Y'all see that Yoruba oral tradition? I take that thing seriously. Y'all probably see it on every screen record because it's the account of my ancestors. My lineage, my father's lineage goes back to the Benai Ephraim community of the Yoruba people, and I can prove that. I've done my DNA. I've met with the people. I've done this thing, right? I take that thing seriously. This is my problem with the Christians. Y'all see so-called blacks finding out our history, finding out we're Israelites, and saying we're going to turn back to that lifestyle. We're about to turn back to Torah. We can prove it based on Harvard. We can prove it based on Cambridge, based on Oxford, based on the Jewish Encyclopedia. Where is it? Let me pull it out in case some new people are watching. Based on the Jewish Encyclopedia of the Diaspora. You see that oral tradition I got up right here? That's verified by Cambridge author Ulysses Santa Maria and countless other sources. Now that we can prove it, right? Y'all call us a hate group. Let me pull Marcus back up. Y'all call us a hate group because we're telling our people, clean yourself up. Women, stop being thoughts. I gotta say it like it is. Stop going out there half naked. You try to call us a cult. Oh, they have their sisters. Some of their sisters sit on one side and they got their heads wrapped and they can't wear nothing but dresses. You gonna criticize that. That's how you know it's Satan. But you ain't gonna clean up the community when our sisters out there having babies out of wedlock because they dressed half naked, and any dude with half a conscience and any kind of testosterone in his body might see that and be like, I want that. You ain't gonna deal with that. You're not gonna deal with these babies that are born into the projects and don't have clean drinking water. You're not gonna deal with that. You're not gonna deal with these mothers that are kids themselves raising kids that don't have food to eat. You ain't gonna deal with that. But you're gonna attack Israelites doing the work, the camps out there doing the work to check our community, tell us our history, give us a better way, tell our men to be men and speak boldly the way I'm telling y'all right now. Tell our sisters to wrap yourself up and carry yourself like you a queen and not show all your assets like these other folks worthy to see your goods. They not worthy to see the daughters of Zion. They shouldn't even be able to imagine what you look like under there because you the DNA of heaven. Somebody got to deal with that, Y'all hear me? But these Christians, Marcus and them, and y'all check out that video. I had to check the brother. I got all these facts in Harvard and all these DNA evidence, right? To show who we are. I'm telling my people we need to stop eating the foods that's killing us. I'm telling our sisters you need to walk with your head held high because a crown is on your head, O daughter of Zion, and walk as if you a queen and don't show all your goodies. But then when Beyonce get on a darn horse that's supposed to be the apocalypse horse, y'all research that Renaissance album that she got. She gets on a doggone horse, half naked, and she talking about this the apocalypse. Then in the other song talking about she taking the scriptures and plugging what now? But y'all mad at Israelites, we the hate speech, we the cult. Because we trying to clean up that madness that now y'all get to bash our sisters doing this stuff because you want to tell us not to do our jobs and get on the streets. But y'all gonna say, oh, Israelite black folks always want a handout. Y'all complaining about what's wrong in y'all community? Well, clean it up yourselves. We doing that. Well, get your SPLC and your Urban Apologist Goon Squad. Get them to go sit down on the bench, coach. Blow the whistle on them jokers. Throw a flag on them because they stopping the work that then y'all gonna shoot these men unarmed because they don't know how to carry with their pants pulled up as men. But when we try to get on the streets and tell them you a king, hold your head up. Work for your family. Go to your job. Take care of your kids. Don't be a deadbeat. Don't leave your wife or your baby mama with your kids and you out here with somebody else and you ain't taking care of your obligations. Boy, y'all don't want to hear me. That's the problem I got with the Christian church, because y'all led to this spirit of lasciviousness. Let's pull the scripture up. I know y'all done heard me enough. Oh, no. Wait. We're going to deal with these scriptures real quick. Turning the grace of the Most High into what? We're going to deal with it. Oh, yeah. In the book of Jude, we're going to pull this thing up for y'all real quick. We got to read this word of the Most High. Because the Christian church is reactionary. Israelites, we proactive. Let's get it. Let's pull it up. King James. You know how we roll. For there are certain men crept in unawares, who were before already ordained to death because of this work that they finna do. Ungodly men, turning the grace of the Most High into lasciviousness. What does that mean, family? We're gonna deal with it. What does that mean? That means when you take grace, and because the Father loves you so much, he ain't gonna stop loving you, but you use his love and swipe his love, trample under your feet the blood of Yeshua, use his grace as a credit card to continue to indulge in sin. That spirit is the present Christian church. Oh no, we don't agree with that, JB. You can't speak for all Christians. Yes, I can. Because if you don't preach one thing, you by default preach another thing. Hear me. If you don't preach the law, statutes, and commandments, you're preaching immorality and the lack of law, statutes, and commandments. Oh no, we ain't nobody saved by works. We know that Yeshua died while we was yet sinners. But should we, because of his grace, sin more often? Paul said, God forbid. Should we, because of his grace, and continue in sin? God forbid. But we should use the grace. The grace should teach us, to deny ungodliness. Let me pull it up. Teaching us to deny ungodliness. Oh yeah. Teaching us. I love Google, y'all. To deny ungodliness. If you don't know what scripture, just type the thing in and it'll pull it up. Our people without excuse. Titus 2. The grace, let me go back a previous verse. In Titus 2:11 it says, for the grace of the Most High that brings salvation hath appeared to all men. Verse 12. Teaching us that denying ungodliness and worldly lust, we should live soberly, righteously, godly in this present world. So he mean, don't just wait to, we just gonna wait on God to clean stuff up. No, you should be cleaning it up. Grace is teaching you that the Most High loves you. And when you know your Father loves you that much, you want to make him proud. So it teaches you to make necessary steps to get better in the areas that you're struggling with. Marcus, y'all got to do better. And y'all the reason why Israelites have to do what we got to do, because the Christian church has failed to stop this madness from happening. I just got to call it like it is. We got to be men with this. Now let's continue.
And her have been seen with Marina Abramovich. She's the witch that does soul cooking. You know, I'm pretty sure you've heard about it because you're in these elite circles, the Met Gala and stuff like that. They've got bodies with like bloody food and they're eating and stuff like that. So she's been connected to those kind of people. So this just ain't about twerking. This ain't about throwing stones. This is about facts that you failed to mention. All right, there's things that you just kind of brush to the side and you overlook. It's not about just dancing and twerking. Now I know she grew up in church. And James 4:17 says, if anyone that knows the good they ought to do and doesn't do it, it is a sin for them.
Amen. Amen, Marcus. You telling the truth. We got to say when truth is truth. That's the word of the Most High, right? And that's the thing that blows my mind, family. Beyonce was raised in the church. How could you dare do this stuff? And I ain't just throwing stones at the sisters. I know a lot of y'all, I don't want y'all to interpret it that way. A lot of our men doing some wicked stuff. But this album has just been just the talk of what's been going on lately, right? And Tank is defending the madness, saying how y'all know she ain't saved and that kind of thing. It ain't about the Father's love in this moment. It's about representation. It's about baby souls that's listening to this madness, right? Now, I'm not going to continue on with this. He goes into detail, says some profound points that I do agree with Brother Marcus on when he says some of this stuff. Now, we know we contend with his Christian construct of the modern Christian church, which is not the church of Yeshua. Yeshua want this pasty white, love everybody. He was militant. He was sent to regather his people, Zion, and bring them together under their culture and to bring the kingdom about to overthrow those Romans. That's the history of Yeshua, right? Not the history of white Jesus, right? So we disagree on that. But when he bring them scriptures out, that's the truth. But my problem with the Christian church is they want to bash the sister after you allow this stuff to take place. Every Christian should have had a petition signed in that same hour. But guess what? A lot of these conservatives is Esau. They want our people to put these songs out. Y'all better talk to me. It's a part of the plan. Now, say Taylor Swift or somebody came out with this song. Every white conservative would have had a petition. They would have struck that thing. You would have never knew it happened. But they know our people don't take that kind of initiative in our community to check this madness. Now, let me show y'all some more of what stuff he went into. Now, this Dietrich Hatton thing, I got to deal with this, right? Now he, in this video about the This Is Demonic, he does go into how the industry is getting hell on wheels. If y'all want me to start dealing with Cardi and a lot of this different stuff, and a shout out to Brother New Breed, he talked about how Cardi B tried to do an IG live saying that she just wants to be a mother, and the industry is pressuring her to revisit demons that she thought she overcame, and she didn't want to. Yeah, it happened, y'all. I think it's on Brother New Breed's channel. He's the only person that still has that video up. When they removed it, they scrubbed it off of IG. But she was crying, y'all. She's saying, I don't want to be that person no more. I don't want to be that Cardi that y'all want to be. I want to get out. So it's Satan's industry. That's why I be telling my people, we got to come together. We can't trust Esau, because Esau's getting his power from Satan to wage war. We read that about in Revelation chapter 12. The red dragon waging war against the woman. Satan's kingdom is supposed to be the antithesis to Israelites. That's why in his kingdom, in Satan's world, we're gunned down on the streets, because we're the remnant of the Most High's sheep. We're his people, right? So in this world, we're going to catch hell. So you got to know that these industries owned by these Rothschilds and these Ashkenazi Jews, that they trying to get our people to put these lyrics out. And whenever a brother tries to speak truth in his lyrics, conscious messages, they don't give them no funding. They don't give them the light of day. You got to know that. So Cardi B is crying. She's saying that I don't want to be this no more. And he goes into some, I don't know if he talks about that, but he's just talking about the industry being wicked and corrupt. Now notice on his thumbnail, you only see Jacob. It's us, y'all. It's us. Satan wants us to continue in these lifestyles to keep us under the curses. Now let's watch what Dietrich Hatton, a prominent Christian artist, watch how he tried to defend that Church Girl song by Beyonce, where she had a Christian artist on it, I believe. But we're going to check that out real quick.
You know, look at this goofiness right here. Now, this is exactly what I be talking about. Now, y'all know me and Dietrich Hatton have gotten into it in the past. He made some lyrics, and it was very secular. It was very disgusting. And, of course, he would post something like this. And so this is exactly what I'm talking about. Just because someone's...
Now, wait a second, family. Now, what did Dietrich Hatton say? Let me pull this up. I ain't want to deal with it. Let me go ahead and... We've been staring at each other all day, thinking about what we gonna do when the kids go to bed. Now, let me just pause right here. I have no problem. Oh man, what did he say? Oh, I'm not even gonna repeat that last line. Let me get back on the screen real quick. I'm not bashing R&B music, y'all. I'm not bashing a husband and a wife listening to that kind of stuff for themselves. I have no problem with that, right? A lot of these songs, I'm uneducated. Shawnee D will tell you, I don't listen to, and I ain't trying to say I'm preaching or nothing, but this is how I've been, y'all. I don't really do listen to too much music. It just is what it is, right? So I might not be the best person to explain some of this stuff. I don't believe all music is wrong. But when you got these leaders up here saying this stuff that kids listening to, and I know some of that stuff is hard for you to keep the kids from getting a hold of some of this stuff. That's where parenting comes in. That's where community comes in. That's where our people coming together comes in. So it's kind of difficult, right? But family, there has to be a better way. And I'm open to all ideas. Our people need to sit down and really have a conversation on how to stop letting this stuff leak out. These kids getting this stuff, they over there on the school bus talking about when the kids go to bed and I've been looking at you all night. These babies don't need to be thinking about that. You need to be thinking about geometry, bro. You need to be thinking about obtuse angles, my brother. You need to be thinking about your times tables, and 12 times 12 is 144,000. That's what, I threw that's for Israel. 12 times 12 is 144 for the kids. Don't get confused, right? You know what I'm saying? So they don't need to be thinking about this stuff. The problem is our community takes the blunt end of this stuff. Our community is told by these Christian churches, grace, commandments and standards and law and morality, that's done away with. We all sin, y'all. It's okay. They're telling us that while they're behind the scenes organizing their community, they making sure they watching their kids. Y'all better hear me. They're making sure that they have a Christian, Judeo-Christian lifestyle. They tell us that stuff's done away with, but they doing the opposite. Now watch this. So family, it's our community that is taking that grace message and it's becoming ungodliness. Now look at Deidre Catton got this now. I'm gonna pull it back up. I ain't gonna read it out loud, but saying stuff that kids and the community, they don't need to be hearing this stuff, right? I'm just giving y'all some of y'all might not agree with that perspective. I'm a little old school with some of this stuff, as y'all probably can tell from the videos. But some of this stuff we can't be. All right.
It was very secular, it was very disgusting, and of course he would post something like this. And so this is exactly what I'm talking about. Just because someone's talent has allowed them to be in a place where they represent Christianity to the world, it does not mean they are kingdom. And this is the problem that I have. This is why I talk about the things that I talk about, because you got goofy people like this, alright, who present this stuff to the world, and then it makes the kingdom look crazy, right?
And y'all, I agree with everything Brother Marcus, everything he's saying. All praise to the Most High. It's just the truth, y'all. We can't, and it's sad because Brother Marcus, the last couple of videos he's been dealing with, all the ones that he's dealing with, where he's supporting Trump, and then he's saying how our people doing all this madness, it's our people that's doing it. And I'm not bashing Marcus for that. He just bringing it out. He did a video on William Murphy was supporting some LGBT. If y'all want me to do a reaction to that, I can do that. But William Murphy was talking about pro-choice, I think, in one of his church services. And all of y'all know Amazing God, William Murphy. Everybody know William Murphy, right? I might be showing my... But William Murphy, he did that video. Jamal Bryant was all on this whole liberal thing, that we're reactionary as a people. Europeans call themselves white, we call ourselves black. Europeans say we're conservative Christians. We say, well, we're Democrats, we're liberals. And then the Democrats that's working with the Republicans, behind the scenes they laughing. Then Sleepy Joe, let's go Brandon, Sleepy Joe come over there and say, yeah, we're gonna, y'all black folks, we defend black folks, we defend gays, we defend LGBT. Then black folks say, yeah, we defend gays, we defend, wait a second, you're reactionary, they're playing you. That's why I tell y'all, don't call yourself no Jew. We Israelites, they're baiting you. That's why the whole Ephraimite push. We're different. We don't need y'all. We're not reactionary. We're not playing this game with y'all. We know who we are, and we don't need you to dictate the flow. Because what's happening is we're allowing the nations to dictate what we do next, right? So I agree with everything Marcus is saying. Our community, and most of the videos he's been doing, is William Murphy trying to be liberal. You got Jamal Bryant doing the same thing. I think he dealt with the baby. It's sad, y'all. And I know Marcus might be trying to do it for his base, a lot of Europeans and that kind of thing. But I'm not going to use that against what he's saying, because we allowed that to happen. Our community as Israelites, we allowed that to take place. Like I told y'all, where the people are divided, that's when the enemy comes in to divide it further. When we look at when Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom, when we split, Satan came in, right? We see this is the oldest trick in the book. In the Garden of Eden, when Adam and Eve weren't communicating, Satan came to the weaker vessel and said, did the Most High say you can't eat this fruit? Man, did he really say that? First he asked her, and she said, well, yeah, I think we're not even supposed to touch it. You notice she got that as secondhand information, right? Because that ain't what the Most High told Adam. He said, don't eat it. So the point of that was to show you she already didn't know what was going on, but that's Adam's fault. They should have been on one accord, because when these two become one, can't nobody come in between y'all, because y'all stuck together like glue. Hear me, unity is how the anointing flows down Aaron's beard. That's why I've been such an advocate, family, on the Moors, Khemit, Israel, all of us sitting down to figure out who we are, which we know the history shows us as Moorish Ephraimites. We already know that, right? We need to sit down and come together so that we can defend against the wiles of Satan. Because when the people are divided, it makes Satan's job easier. So I'm not bashing Marcus by bringing this stuff up. It kind of frustrated me. I was going to say, it frustrated me at first, family. I ain't gonna lie. When I started seeing the last couple of videos Marcus been doing, I'm like, man, all he doing is attacking black leaders. It's because we allow it, family. We got these black pastors up there talking about they pro-choice. Pro-choice what? You're supposed to be pro-life. What happened to Jeremiah? Before I formed you in your mother's womb, I knew you, right? Once that sperm met that egg, that is a human being. The fact that you got to take something to kill it means that it has life. That should be a no-brainer, family. But our people, we ain't sitting down having a conversation. And it's sad, family. We got to do better. Now, let's see. I'm going to see what else he got to say about it. And that might be, let's see.
Like me, talking about Beyonce taking, Bible pages and stuffing them in her you-know-what at that time of the month. Then you got people like him coming and defending, like they just be kissing the butt of the world. If you want to see what bowing down is, what selling out is, that's these cats. That's why they don't stand for nothing. Look, the only time he speak up, and with all the crazy evil stuff going on in the world, he want to come to the defense of Beyonce. That's a clown right there. And I'm going to keep saying it. The baby, all these people who are making a mockery, of Christianity, and then these other Christians who defend it or don't speak up, that's fool.
Now, one thing I'm going to say, family, I got to say something about it. Now, one thing I'm going to say, I do still get frustrated with Marcus. Y'all don't get me wrong. Because Marcus, he pits on the whole conservative Christian thing, and as long as he's saying scriptures, everything you saying, I'm with you, bro. But you ain't going to bring up Deuteronomy 28. Now, y'all saw I had to check him on that Israelite video. You ain't going to deal with that, right? You ain't going to deal with, well, if America is a conservative Christian nation, well, if you're going by the book, you should give them reparations and put them in their own land. That's what the Most High required Egypt to do if we're conservative Christians. So I do kind of be like, Marcus, now you got to chill, bro. You got to chill a little bit, because you going in on our people, that's already destroyed. And the people that you talking about, they conservative Christians and Trump and all them jokers that you riding with, they ain't dealing with that part of the book. So that's why I gotta be like, he want to be all hard for the kingdom and that kind of thing, which I respect. But you ain't really being hard for the Most High's people for real, because those the ones getting shot on the streets. And I don't see you using your platform to deal with that. Now, could he be doing that? He could, family, right? Like I said, everything he's saying about Beyonce, y'all, we can't let our people get out there and represent. Not only is she representing Israel, she's representing our so-called black people. She representing Israel. She representing our heritage, the holy book, the scriptures, the word of the Most High, and blaspheming every part of it. Showing our sisters goodies on some kind of horse, saying she take the scriptures and plug it in her you-know-what. At that moment, every Israelite should have been, oh, heck no. We got a petition, we got a GoFundMe page to pull that down, to make sure that none of our kids have to listen to that madness. So I agree with that, Marcus. At the same time, a lot of y'all be criticizing our people, but what you doing to clean up the so-called black community, the Israelite community, right? That's why Zion Dynasty, that's why we do what we do. That's why we got the Sefer giveaway tomorrow, on tomorrow's lesson. Y'all tune in. We trying to get our people to word. We trying to make it fun. A lot of lessons, I try to make it fun, engaging, and that kind of thing to get this message out that we are more than what we have become. The so-called black, two continents slap together like a bologna sandwich, are in fact the biblical descendants of the children of Israel, verified by the oral tradition of the African people themselves, verified by Cambridge authors like Ulysses Santa Maria, verified by the 23andMe, the DNA, the archaeology, the Machu ancestry, the old bones, the Jewish diaspora encyclopedia, the Harvard sources like Black Jews of Africa and the Americas by Dr. Tudor Parfit, the Black Jews of Africa by Oxford scholar Edith Bruder. Y'all, the list goes on. That's why we do what we do. We are not no doggone absence of color. We are the fullness of the joy of the Most High Yah. Y'all better hear me. The children of the Most High Yah. That's why we got to teach this history. So y'all, that's why I told y'all, I got to encourage y'all. You can't give up. The work is too great. You see what our kids are going to have to battle with till the kingdom comes? And I know we in the season for the last days, but I need to make y'all afraid enough to know that we need to be intentional about this thing, right? We don't know when YESHUA is coming back for sure. We know we're in the season, but we don't know how long they can go. And a lot of us already got kids that we have to worry about the stuff that they're watching, the stuff that they're listening to. I got 3 kids myself, 3 under 3, and I'm already thinking about how I'm gonna have to screen this stuff, have parental blocks on this and that because of the age that we're living in. And that should motivate our people to say, we ain't finna let y'all put this madness out, this gay, same sex like that Buzz Lightyear thing. My son loved Toy Story, but he ain't watching that because the war of the beast that's going on. So when we got our own people helping Satan, we got to check that thing on sight. Now, I'm gonna finish out. It's only 2 minutes of Marcus's. Let's hear the rest of it, brother.
That's clownery. It is what it is, and somebody got to say it. Now, I know a lot of people, they're not going to speak about it. And the reason they're not going to speak about it is because a lot of people want to be stars. I don't want to say nothing about this one and this one because this one is friends with that one, and I'm trying to make it in the Christian industry. All right, all I'm trying to do is be in the kingdom, but people are trying to make it in the Christian industry so they don't have the backbone to speak up because the gatekeepers, they're gonna block you, right?
Now he brought up something. Y'all, we gonna deal with that. Shout out to brother UBTV. That brother doing some great history, connecting the Americas, the ancient Moors, Marani, and all that stuff, right? UBTV, him and Kumero, them boys doing some great work, right? But UBTV, I believe him and also brother Dan Calloway did an extensive thing on the boule. Now, y'all, I hope that when you start talking about this stuff, you got to walk in wisdom, because I know they got agents everywhere. We have not really been calling this stuff for what it really is. It's called the boule. We call it the Illuminati and a lot of different terms. Y'all may not have heard about the boule. Brother UB on his channel goes into great detail on the Black Freemasonry and a lot of that secret society stuff. That's what Marcus is hinting at. For him to have 600,000 followers, and he had to bring it up. Watch this now. The reason even he had to bring it up is because it is a major hand, y'all. You would be surprised at how many pastors, preachers, bishops that are on these lists of these government tools that are part of this boule organization, that are gatekeepers, that are keeping a certain narrative so they can get paid out there for our people, that are making sure this thug trap music is going out, that's making sure that people that are speaking truth don't really get the time of day. It's called the boule, family. And even Marcus said that I ain't trying to buddy with y'all and try to have y'all like me. I'm going to call y'all out. I'm trying to be a kingdom ambassador. And you got to respect that brother for that, right? But we, even more so as our people, we got to check our people in these organizations. We got to see a boule and that whole thing burn to the ground. We can't let these Negroes, right? I said Negroes, get up here and sell out the whole community for a check so that they family can eat a piece of bread while the masses of our people are starving spiritually. Y'all gotta hear me, right? So that was a great point that Marcus brought out. Now let me pull it back up.
Stop you from getting in. I don't care what nobody say. Read the Bible, look at the Bible. Alright, God would not approve of this foolery. Alright, they said, oh, gospel artists have been sampling secular songs and turning them gospel for decades. Yeah, the
Nah. I forgot he said that part. Now watch this. So Diedrich Haddon's whole argument is that gospel artists have remixed secular songs. Y'all, if you do the history of gospel music, just about the Commodore, just Earth, Wind, and Fire, man, everybody, Sounds of Blackness, there's so many different gospel artists and contemporary gospel groups that have used secular songs, remixed the beat, and put a Christian message on it. But Diedrich's trying to use that to say, well, why y'all bashing Beyonce for taking a Christian artist, pinning her on that church girl song of her album? This is why. What fellowship does light have with darkness? Y'all better talk to me. Do I agree with Christian artists taking the beats from secular songs? I don't agree with it, family. Well, JB, I'm not gonna keep it real. I don't agree with it. Know why? Because when you look into the some of these Israelite rap groups, them boys fire. I gotta tell y'all, but not just that. You telling me our people are not creative enough, that we got truth, we got the Judeo scriptures, we got the word of the Most High, and we cannot create beats and lyrics by ourselves without taking Satan's stuff that he had crocked up and measly cooked up. We gotta use his to create our songs. We gotta use his beats. We gotta go to the world to be able to have creativity. We gotta go to the world to have that inspiration, that hook line, and all that stuff that goes into the music. We gotta go to them to get it. You don't believe the Most High that created everything out of nothing can give you something in the midst of darkness? Y'all better talk. Man, come on now. But this is how you fall into error. Because when you start mingling around like Solomon was with all the nations, when you start saying let's team up, and you got your Diedrich Haddon said, and Diedrich probably did that post just to buddy with Beyonce and Jay-Z so he can network with them, y'all. When you got all that buddy, you lose your message. You lose your ambassadorship. What fellowship does darkness have with light? When you start he and ha with Satan, you start losing your credibility. Because now you can't criticize them, Solomon. You got to increase the taxes and jeopardize your own people because you got to be buddy with the world. And that's what's going on, family. Our people trying to be so much like the world that we're losing the integrity of being like the Most High. Now, let me play it.
The ones who love the world, who want to have the world, you know what I'm saying, in their music. And it's obvious. Think about it. Look at who's saying this. And then Beyonce's mom, you know, she posted, it's just ridiculous. She says, gospel singer Diedrich Haddon has a message for the hypocrites. He's the hypocrite. He's the fake hashtag.
And Beyonce Mama, come on now, bro. Like, what? That money must be real good. I mean, man, I can't even deal.
Holy, he's the fake holy. And the Bible says, do you know what? The God of this world gonna have people's minds blind, and they can't see it. They can't. They think we're just being religious. Just let that sink in. Go look at some of Dietrich Hayden's lyrics. Go look at some of the TV shows he's involved in. Dude is a whole goofy. Hey, I said it. I know some of y'all don't like that. But like, they're so bold. And people, it's the same thing like with the tank thing. People are in the comments thinking he ate. He ain't ate.
So y'all, I can play the rest of it. But y'all see this, man. This is what we're up against, Zion. This is why Israel, you have to be that light. You have to keep on, whenever you get tempted with that shrimp, and you be like, man, some fried shrimp, you get back on your face and pray to the Most High, say, get that demon up out of me, right? Zion, we got to hold fast to this truth. We got to keep honoring the Most High Shabbat. So y'all tune in so we can get that word, and I'm going to be giving out some word tomorrow with the Shabbat. We got to be about that Shabbat. We got to be about brothers our beards. I know they say, well, you know, your face will look a little bit like a baby face. You ain't meant to look like no baby face. You meant to look like the men of the Most High Yah, the kings and the gods of this world. That's what you meant to look like. Not just that, right? But how we treat one another. Loving one another. Ubuntu. I am because we are. We got to get back to Torah, honoring the land, honoring one another, keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments, keeping the Shabbat, having your fringes on, being different from the world, family. We're not meant to be what fellowship we got with the darkness, right? So, family, I hope y'all got something out of that. The Christian church, y'all ain't off the hook because y'all are the reason this stuff is going on the way it is, because you're not checking the world. In Israel, we got to check them because we are supposed to be that set above all nations, people that lead by example. Sisters, continue to walk with your robes and your dresses and cover all of that goodness that the Most High gave you. The world ain't meant to see that. Beyonce put advertised her whole assets on a doggone horse, right? That ain't the Most High's will for the daughters of Zion, to be walking out like harlotans. I know it's rough, y'all. I know you're like, what? Did JB just say that? Absolutely. The world ain't meant to see that. Your king is supposed to see that, and that's it, right? We got to call this stuff out because we got to teach our kids how they're supposed to operate. I got 2 daughters myself. I got 2 sisters, a mama, and a black queen, right? I got all these things, so I think I might can put my input on in this. My daughters ain't going to be walking out there looking like, oh, well, look what I got. No, ain't nobody gonna know what you got until you get with your king that's gonna be following the Most High, and y'all gonna be in that book. And I know a lot of y'all, well, you know, kids gonna be kids. Well, it's my job as the parent to make sure this stuff don't go down. And that's why our community is falling short, because we as leaders aren't holding our community accountable, and the rest of these leaders, like Beyonce and them, is saying, y'all ain't finna pick no song like that out. Who are you? We the Black Caucus. We the Israelites. We got petitions signed. We got government officials involved. We done organized at every local level. This is the work we got to do, Zion. So, family, I hope y'all got something out of it. I know I had to preach on this one because we got to deal with this stuff. But I hope y'all were touched by it. I hope y'all got something out of it. I love you all with the love of the Most High. Y'all keep pushing. Keep keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of the Most High. I love you all with the love of the Messiah. Be blessed. Shalom. All praises.